Alrighty, folks. So, in today's psychological lecture, we're essentially going to be talking about people playing the victim card and how to stop playing, or why you should stop playing the victim card in day trading. So, I just made a TikTok about this, and then it gave me the idea that I should make a YouTube lecture in depth talking about this topic, because I think it's an important thing that a lot of people face. And one of my members told me this, and if a member ever tells me some stupid stuff like this, I basically immediately check them. And basically, what he said was what went wrong here. And he completely broke his rules, specifically of like obvious things that I tell all my Discord members not to do. And it immediately sparked in my head that like there's probably so many people that are doing this actively. And what that is basically asking like what went wrong here? Like what did I do wrong here, right? When it's so clear and dumb obvious of what you did wrong. So like, for example, majority of you will blow your funded account and then ask what went wrong, when in reality you know what went wrong. And you know what went wrong every single time you blow a funded account, and then you just play the victim card. Probability of conditions, it was this or that, or it was the market seeking my stop loss, so I got used as something there, or something happened. It's just like you go down the rabbit hole of just so many different excuses, and by the end of it, you just relapse and do the exact same thing. And what I'm telling you here now is you need ultimate accountability for all of your actions. Anything that you do bad in your life, you need accountability. If it rains outside and I go outside and get wet, I don't blame the clouds. I don't blame the sky. I don't blame the rain. I blame myself specifically for not bringing an umbrella outside. And this is the mindset that you all need to adopt, specifically of when you constantly and repetitively fail at something or do something wrong, you need accountability, and sit back and ask yourself and reflect, what did I do wrong here? What were the things that led me to blowing my account? What were the things and the reasons why I lost this trade? You need to ask yourself these questions, especially in the moments when you don't feel like it. And this is what I'm saying is like discipline is so important, because you need discipline with self accountability. You need to not basically have an ego specifically when it comes to these things. You need, right, to have self accountability. So I challenge you, next time you mess up, in those moments you really don't feel like doing it, and you feel like, I just took a L, let me go and lay in my bed, or I feel like shit now, or oh man, I just took a loss, or I just blew a funded account. I'm going to go scroll TikTok now. I'm going to go watch this streamer. I'm going to go watch this video. Just lay down and I don't feel like it. Those moments, it's so important for you to say, you know what? Let me not play victim card here. I took a loss and it was because I executed the trade. Now I need to reflect on why that happened. And majority of your problems are solvable by simply analyzing yourself and reflecting off of what individual problems you had, right? Specifically with the issues that you had. So, for example, majority of you guys will take a loss, immediately go lay in your bed, or just go dilly-dally off, scroll TikTok, try to make yourself feel better in the moment. When in reality, you know that's not the solution to your problems. The true solution is, after you take a loss, journal and backtest specifically why you took that loss. What was the reason, intrinsic reason why I took that loss? But instead, you either do two things. One, you take an overtrade and over leverage after taking that loss, right, and then blow your account. Or two, you feel sorry and you feel like shit for yourself and you don't do anything about your life and you take no sense of action, and then you end up basically relapsing and doing the same thing every single day. And what I'm saying is you need to draw the line in the sand and tell yourself, I need to start holding myself accountable. And look, if you don't have the discipline to hold yourself accountable, I hold all of my Discord members accountable. Every single one that shows up to the group call, sends their execution. If they end up blowing an account or do something bad or doing something stupid, I hold them accountable, and I'm very vulgar in the way that I hold my members accountable. This is why I have some of the best success rate in terms of how many people join and get payouts. No one really does it like me in terms of how many people are truly succeeding in my Discord. And what I'm saying is, like, you guys need to start building the accountability aspect, because if you walk through life without accountability in any aspect or realm of your life, you'll never succeed in anything that you try at. Because of the fact, like, for example, let's say someone has been going to the gym for a really long time and hasn't seen progression. He knows the solution is to eat more. He knows the solution is to do more cardio. He knows the solution is to up the weight, but he just sits there and just shows up to the gym every day. No change in his physique. He just sits there. And what I'm saying is like, this is relatable in day trading because all of you guys are basically just existing. That's all you are doing. You're just existing. That's it. You have no aspirations, no goals, no discipline, nothing. You just sit there and exist instead of actually taking action, right? Being an action taker. And what that entails is when those moments come along when you really don't feel like putting in that work, journaling, backtesting, analyzing, self-reflecting, asking yourself the reason on why you made the mistake, right? You're going to live the exact same life, right? If you don't specifically identify what went wrong in the moment or like after the moment specifically, how will you ever expect yourself to get better? It's like you're expecting a different outcome when the results stay the same. The same thing that you've been doing for the last 3, 6, 9, 12 months is not going to yield you a different result. You need active change in your life. And what that change will be and the ultimate success route that you need to start taking is simply self-reflecting off what your individual issues are. What went wrong here? What did I screw up on? And how do I get better from this experience? And if you don't start doing that, essentially what's going to happen is you're going to take so many unnecessary losses and avoidable losses and just continue to accumulate all of those losses. And nothing will change in your life. So you need to start holding yourself accountable. And if you suck at holding yourself accountable, there's two solutions. Either join a mentorship or continue losing and no change in your life and expecting the exact same change, right? Or you're expecting the exact same outcome, I should say. And it's like the simple analogy I love repeating. I've probably said this like 20 times is 0 plus 0 is always going to equal 0. If you've been doing, right, the first 0, if you've been doing the same actions you constantly have been doing for the last 3, 6, 9, 12 months, right, plus 0, you don't change anything, it's always going to equal 0. Nothing and no aspect about your life is going to change. And you will watch in real time people continuously succeeding. I have 15 and 16-year-olds that are making more than their teachers in my Discord. Actively making more than their teachers. So there's no really excuse for you anymore because I am telling you here now, you have a solution and a way out. And then you just say, you know what, he's right, but let me go scroll TikTok or let me go click off this video or maybe I'll think about it. Money loves speed. This is the law of the universe. Money loves speed, right? And speed loves money. The more fast you are with action, right, and implementing things, inputs, the more outcome you will get, the more money you will get, the more happy you will be, the more fulfilled you will be, the more people you're able to help. But if you're slow, right, and you're just like, oh, I'll do it next time, or I'll wait to join his mentorship, or I'll wait to see if I blow a funding. What are you waiting for? You need to take action and start holding yourself accountable in order to see success. Because in real time, if you don't implement, right, speed, you will watch every single person around you pass you. And then you'll self-reflect for the first time in 3, 6, 9, 12 months and ask yourself, where did all that time go? I haven't made any sense of progression in the last 3, 6, 9, 12 months. Where did that time go? And you're going to be sitting there with your dick in your hand like a dumbass. After 6, 12 months, you don't have time. People will say, oh yeah, you have all the time in your world. Don't stress, right? It's okay not to stress. Fuck that. No one wants to be 30, 40, 50, 60 years old with $1 million, right? My whole thought process before I started hitting large numbers was, I want to be young and I want to be successful. You simply do not have time is the ultimate lesson I want to tell and preach to you guys. You don't have time. And for you to be so egotistical to say, oh yeah, I got all the time in the world. Let me go blow another funded account and then maybe I'll think about joining his mentorship. Or let me go blow another funded account and then maybe I'll start implementing the things that he has to say. Or let me go blow another funded account or let me go do this or let me go try that. What your thought process has done to you is led you down exactly where you are today in life. So you need to reflect and analyze your financial situation, your physique, the way that you act, your discipline, and every aspect about your life with a non-egotistical bias and ask yourself, do you like your life? Ask yourself right now behind the screen, do you actually like your life? Do you like every aspect of your life? And do you know you should be doing or you know you are doing the best of your ability every single day? And if the answer is no, What's your alternative? What's your solution? The solution's dumb clear. I've made it obvious to you guys. By now, you guys clearly see I have enough proof. I've showed enough Discord members. All right, making 5K a month, 10K a month, 15K a month. Another member hit 32K a month. The proof is there, right? But what I'm trying to tell you guys is if you can't take that risk and that initiative step forward, you will never, I personally will guarantee you here now, you will never, ever, ever see financial success in your life. Because being an entrepreneur is all about risk. All about risk. Every aspect, especially in day trading, is about risk. You risk money and you make more, right? This is the laws of day trading. You risk money, you make more. So you need to be risk tolerable, right? So what does that mean? What does risk tolerable mean? You need to be okay with taking risks in your life in order to prosper. And the reason why you need to be okay with taking risks is because the majority of the demographic of day traders fail to take the risk. So if you want to be separate and different than the majority that fail, you need to start taking risk in your journey and in your life. And this is not only with joining a mentorship, but this is with everything. It's with risking more money to make more money. It's with risking maybe quitting your job because you know it's time to really dial in. It's with those individual risks. Now be careful. When I say quit your job, I don't mean after this video, go quit your job, put your 2 weeks in. No. Do it when it's doable, right? When it's smart to do so. But all of this specifically accounts back to self-accountability and not playing the victim card. Because people will cope all day long. Especially in the day trading community, people have the biggest coping mechanisms. It's so funny to me. Like, people will diminish you for random things, right? People will see you doing better than them, and they'll immediately start coping. Like, I posted a TikTok video of one of my students getting like a $10,000 payout. And someone immediately DM'd me and said it was like a $10,000 payout in his first 30 days ever of day trading. And someone DM'd me and said, yeah, that will all be gone in the next 30 days. Or like some stupid ass, hating ass comment like that. And it's so funny because people's monumental failure for so long because of their habits and no self-accountability leads them to immediately hate. Hate as a whole is derived off of what? Hate as a whole is derived specifically off of a coping mechanism internally because someone never was able to accomplish something. Look at poor people, right? Look at all the poor people you know. Look at their coping mechanisms. The reason why they cope is because they're poor. Majority of poor people hate rich people specifically because they've never seen money in their life. This is how the world works. Literally, I guarantee you, your friends and your family members that are like, oh, tax the rich, and they say all this stupid shit, majority of the times are poor intrinsically. And it's not just poor financially, it's poor mindset-wise, poor discipline-wise, no self-accountability, inflated egos, when they have no sense of accomplishment. And this is what I'm saying is like, you need to be very careful because if you don't start adopting the aspect of self-accountability and wanting to learn more from actual people who do this and change people, you'll never, ever, ever go to that second level. Or you might be the very small minority percentage that actually makes it to the next level. But I'm urging you as someone who had all of these problems and ego, right? I had the ego. I never joined the mentorship. And it took me 4.5 years because of the fact that I never joined the mentorship. I still ended up on the other side. Great. But I'm such a small minority percentage of people that made it out on the other side. There's probably thousands and hundreds of thousands of people that were in my exact shoes that ended up giving up because they just didn't want to do this shit anymore. So as someone who had that thought process of every guy here is a course seller, I don't know who to trust. All these guys are dorks. I don't want to even listen to these guys. I'm telling you and urging you, you don't and you should not have that mindset because that mindset is the mindset of someone with an ego that has never had self-accountability. And the simplest formula to identify if you are truly doing good or not is basing it off of results, right? The reason why you look at a rich person and say, wow, I want to be like him is specifically because he has results. If that same person was poor, majority of times you wouldn't say, I want to be like him. So you as an individual need to self-reflect on your life and look at your accomplishments, holding yourself accountable and say, do I like my life the way that it's going right now? And if the answer is no, you need to change your life right now, not tomorrow, not in 2 weeks, not in 4 weeks, not next week, right? Not in anything and any excuse you can give yourself. You need change now. And you need to start changing what you already have been doing for the last 3, 6, 12 months in order to see some form of progression. And this is what I'm saying is this is the mindset you need to adopt and have in order to really get out of the current hole that you're in. And if you don't apply these things now, how will you ever expect change, my friend? The simplest solution and analogy, 0 plus 0 will always equal 0. But that 1, maybe 0 plus 1, you join a mentorship, or 0 plus 1, you start learning more, or 0 plus 1, you start holding yourself truly accountable of why you are losing and stop playing that victim card of, oh, price action was bad, or, oh, the probability of conditions were lower, or, oh, price was seeking my stop loss, or, oh, whatever victim bullshit cope that you can possibly give, and you remove that and hold yourself accountable, that little 1 will now equal 1. And then the next week, 1 plus 1, because you start applying more things. You start learning more. Other people, you got a mentor. Your mentor's telling you what to do. 1 plus 1 now equals 2. Oh, then next week it's 2 plus 2. And then the next week it's 4 plus 4. And the next week it's 8 plus 8. And by the end of a couple months to a year, you end up having hundreds of thousands of dollars in the bank. You end up learning more than you ever had. You have such a good idea about how the market moves. You've learned and added all these things on where you become fully self-aware of what your problems were back then. Literally, majority of people that I talk to all say the same thing. And what that same thing is I wish I just did X, Y, and Z thing earlier, right? And majority of those X, Y, and Z things is holding yourself accountable, dropping your ego, learning from your mistakes, getting a mentor, listening to everything that they have to say, going to the gym, focusing on external disciplinary actions. All of these things accumulatively will then produce you being a better human being overall, and you having complete mental and psychological control over your mind, which then removes the aspect of a victim card. Go look and watch any aspect of any billionaire, even just overall relatively successful person. Don't even take my word and advice for it. Go watch any interview with any billionaire or any very largely successful person. Not for a second do they ever play victim. They always are self-accountable. And this is the ultimate superpower that you can have as a day trader. Because if you don't start holding yourself accountable for the mistakes that you make and you don't drop your ego, the results will always stay the same. You will never change. You will constantly lose. You will watch everyone in real time pass you in every aspect of your life. You'll watch everyone get a better physique. You'll watch everyone get a hotter girlfriend. You'll watch everyone make more money than you. And you're going to sit there depressed as fuck saying, where did my time go? And it was all off the basis of you just not taking accountability and action. That's it. That's all that this is. Accountability and action taking. And if you can't take the risk now, you're going to watch everyone pass you in real time. You're going to watch everyone succeeding around you, and you're going to watch all of your fuck ups. And finally, after 3, 6, 9, 12 month period, your head is going to come up and you're going to say, where did that time go? Where did that time go? So the simplest solution is, you know, the problems that you need to face, right? You know the problems and the solutions specifically that you need to do. And that's the best piece of advice I can give to you guys specifically for victim cards. Stop playing the victim card to have and extreme self-accountability. I love you guys so much. That's going to be the end of this psychological lecture. If you guys made it to the end, let me know. Actually, no, we're going to do just a flat word one today. If you made it to the end of this lecture, comment the words, I am accountable. Salman Nasiri, I am accountable for my actions. I love you guys. I will see you guys in the next psychological lecture.